TYTSports, Francis here, bringing you some soccer news, of course. We're going to bring you a new segment, as we call it, Squad Spotlight. So similar to predictions, but we're going to dive right into a team specifically, dissect them, look at their new signings and ways that they maybe should be playing in terms of how they previously played. So the first team we're going to talk about is Chelsea. So there is no secret that I believe a coach can change a team. I said it all through the World Cup. I managed to talk a lot about coaching decisions that change games. And Chelsea have one of the best coaches to have ever managed any team in the game. Bold statement, but I know there's going to be people that disagree and agree. But Jose Mourinho's his resume speaks for itself. Champions League winner at Porto, Champions League winner at Inter Milan, many title winners, Inter Milan, Real Madrid. So we know that he definitely, at Chelsea of course in his first spell, we know that he knows how to form a team around him. He's got a mentality that he likes to keep, and he's a very personable, attractable character because he's very funny in his interviews, and he's cocky, which, I mean, if you're that good, you can be cocky. I don't like the people that are cocky that can't back it up. But with Mourinho, so the last time that Chelsea were champions, 2009-2010, 103 goals scored, probably one of the most in the Premier League history, 86 points. They were phenomenal that season. But let's look at the way they've been the last three seasons. So 2011, 2012, 64 points. They finished sixth, one of their worst seasons to date, especially since they've come into their wealth and strengthened their team. 65 goals. 2012-13, 75 points, 75 goals. Last season, 13-14, they finished third. 82 points, 71 goals. So what can you see here? A huge difference in goals, which has been Chelsea's problem since they have even since Drogba has left. Even when Drogba was there, he was scoring goals, and Lampard, of course, was putting in the goals when he was at his peak. But they've been struggling for a striker. They had Demba Ba, who would come in. Fernando Torres, possibly one of the biggest flops in terms of signing in history, the amount of money they spent on him. They just seem to be lacking that goal-scoring ability up top. Now, this season, let's take a look at their signings, who they've brought in. So they have Didier Drogba coming back for a second spell, rejoining Jose Mourinho. We've done a segment on that, you should check it out. Cesc Fabregas, Marco Pulisic, Diego Costa and Filipe Luis. So as you can tell, probably the three main signings, Drogba, Fabregas and Costa, Mourinho is definitely trying to strengthen his attack. Fabregas has already banged in an unbelievable free kick during pre-season, so he was one of the best signings for me. A steal to come back to the Premier League. He knows how to play there. He's a playmaker. He built Arsenal. He was one of the part that built Arsenal from the ground up. And I'm sure he won't be a fan favourite when he goes back to Highbury. I'm sure they'll be angry at his return to Chelsea, one of their rivals in London. But he is going to be huge for them this season. So just to think about those new signings and how they're going to fit in. Drogba, of course, is going to be expected to try and partner Costa up there. And since this signing, a Bleacher Report actually released an article, which is pretty good, talking about how Jose Mourinho should return to the 4-3-3 formation. Chelsea have toyed with this 4-4-2 or 4-5-1 sort of thing, because they've had a lot of defensive midfielders in their structure, like Mikel, Essien, and they had Lampard in there. But now they've got this new youthful sort of side of their team with Oscar, Hazard, that can play those playmakers that can play out wide and through the middle. So with this 4-3-3 formation, Chelsea have always had a strong back four, and they're expected to go with the likes of John Terry, Ivanovic, Cahill in there. And now Ashley Cole's departed, you get Filipe Luis that's come back in. I think they will be strong at the back. Their goal this season is to score goals. So to look right, to shine the spotlight on their team, to be title contenders this season, which Mourinho undoubtedly will want to be, because his egos probably took a hit, the fact that he didn't win it coming straight back into management role. They'll want to score more goals this year. So I think signing Drogba was big for that. Selling Lukaku was a huge mistake for me. He didn't get enough opportunities at Chelsea, and that's a good signing for Everton considering the amount of goals he's scored. So with that, we're going to look at how they could possibly play 4-3-3, when you've got Oscar and Hazard, two players. Oscar specifically coming off the back of a good World Cup, looks in form. Fabregas and can also stalwart the midfield in there. And then you've got Drogba, Costa, and whoever can partner them up top. I think Torres will probably be on his way out, but I think a 4-3-3 formation is the way to go for Mourinho, especially in the Premier League. So that's our brief look into Chelsea's, into the spotlight on Chelsea. Stay tuned for this segment coming more. We're going to look at all the Premier League teams, La Liga, French, Bundesliga, Serie A, all these teams who are trying to win and make trophies next season. Don't forget to subscribe, our buttons top corner there, and make sure to visit our website, TYTSports Online, Instagram at TYTSports Online. Thank you.